Hello students, welcome to this video on marketing management. I am Tirtha Prasad K, Assistant Professor in Commerce, GFGC Chennapatna. So under module number 2, we are going to discuss about legal aspects of marketing. The picture you can see on the left side, you can guess it is about environment. Yes, it is Environment Protection Act 1986. We shall set the objectives of this class. We are going to understand the provisions of Environment Protection Act and understand causes of different types of pollutions, and we study scope of the law. We shall start the class on Environment Protection Act 1986. Let me introduce the topic before I move on to the core topic. There are more than 200 state and central laws till now enacted to protect the environment. So just understand the seriousness. Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974, popularly called as Water Act 1974, under which central and state boards are set up to carry out the purposes of the Act. And Air Act, the Air Pollution and Control of Pollution Act 1981, under which boards were set up for the prevention, control and abatement of air pollution. Wildlife Protection Act 1972 was passed for preservation and conservation of wildlife and forest, and Wildlife Advisory Board was set up for each state. National Forest Policy 1952 provides that 1/3 of the geographical area of the country should be under forest. The Forest Conservation Act 1980 has been enacted to check indiscriminate reservation and diversion of forest land for non-forest purposes. Okay. So this Forest Conservation Act was meant to prevent conversion of forest land into non-forest land. Okay. In spite of many legislations directly or indirectly concerned with environment, there was always the necessity of a general legislation for environmental protection. So the Environment Protection Act 1986 was set up. Let us discuss the scope of the Act. It came into force with effect from 9th November 1986 and extends to the whole of India. It provides the definition of environment. Environmental pollution, okay, environmental pollutant, hazardous substances, etc. It empowers the center to take all such measures necessary for the purpose of protecting the environment and also improving the quality of environment and preventing, controlling and abating environmental pollution. So it empowers the government to take all such measures and steps for the protection of environment, for improving the quality, for controlling and abating the pollutions. As you can see in the picture, there are different types of pollutions. Air pollution happening from factories where toxic gases are released from chimneys, vehicles, okay, and also natural disasters like volcanic eruptions and water pollution happening due to sewage, drainage, factories where toxic waste is fled into rivers, and also households, soil or land pollution happening because of excessive use of fertilizers, pesticides, okay, polluted soil because of garbage, litter, debris, and noise pollution happening because of some human activities, public transport, okay, use of loudspeakers, and radioactive pollution happening because of use of nuclear weapons, nuclear power plants, okay, and such other use of nuclear resources. So pollution is basically due to human activities and natural disasters. In case of air pollution, the pollutant is carbon dioxide. In case of sound pollution, it is noise. Okay. So pollutant means the substance which is harmful to human beings and animals and causing that pollution. Okay. So there are types of pollutions as you saw. This is another way of presenting the different types of pollutions. Water pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, soil pollution, and radioactive pollutions. Let us look into the details of every kind of pollution. Firstly, air pollution. So air pollution refers to the accumulation in the atmosphere of substances which are called pollutants in sufficient concentrations that endanger human health or produce other measured effects on living matter or animals and other materials. Simply, it is the contamination of air. Contamination of air by smoke and harmful gases, mainly oxides of carbon, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, okay, sulfur and nitrogen, sulfur dioxide, sulfur, okay, sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, okay. So these are contaminating the air, which is called air pollution. It affects human health and also health of animals. Sources of pollution. So what are the sources of air pollution? Firstly, main cause is motor vehicle exhaust. The heat and power generation facilities, industrial processes like auto manufacturing, fertilizer plants, volcanic eruption. This is a natural cause. Huge amount of poisonous gases is released when a volcano erupts. Fuel production, forest fires, etc. And forest fire is also a major reason. When a forest is dry and it catches fire, so some part of the forest is burnt. So during that process, some toxic gases release into the atmosphere. Major pollutants are, these are called pollutants because they mix with the air and pollute the air. Carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, and photochemical oxidants. So these are the major pollutants. Let us discuss about the water pollution. Water pollution is the contamination of water by foreign matter that deteriorate the quality of the water. It covers solutions in liquid forms like oceans, lakes, streams, rivers, underground water, and bays. Okay, so it involves the release of toxic substances, pathogenic germs, substances that require much oxygen to decompose, easily soluble substances, radioactivity, etc. So all these substances cause water pollution. When water is fled into oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, etc., without uh, without any filtering or without any uh, you know treatment of waste, they cause pollution. It is dangerous to aquatic ecosystems. I mean the animals which are living under the water. For example, the eutrophication. The eutrophication, which means lack of oxygen in water body caused by excessive algae growth because of enrichment of pollutants. So because of pollutants, algae algae is a kind of microorganism. Okay, algae will grow excessively and it requires more oxygen to decompose in water body. So oxygen level under the water body declines, which is dangerous for aquatic animals. So this is called eutrophication. Okay. Water pollution sources: raw sewage, industrial waste spills, radiation spills, nuclear accidents, illegal dumping of substances, improper waste disposal and littering. Littering means throwing wastes, garbage. Organic material decay in water bodies, petroleum products, synthetic agricultural chemicals, hazardous waste. So these are the main sources of pollution of water. Now we shall discuss land pollution or soil pollution. The degradation of the Earth's land surface through misuse of soil by poor agricultural practices, mineral exploitation, industrial waste dumping, and indiscriminate disposal of urban wastes. So these are the causes for land getting polluted. It includes visible waste and litter as well as pollution of the soil itself. Okay. So because of soil pollution, we cannot grow anything on that soil. Okay. This plastic and some inorganic materials, soil loses its fertility. It is not suitable for farming or any agriculture, and the quality of soil also deteriorates. So this happens because of industrial waste, mineral exploitation, poor agricultural practices, excessive use of pesticides and chemicals. Okay, main causes for land pollution: unhealthy soil management methods. In that, improper tillage of soil, in which excessive tillage results in the deterioration of soil structure. Soil should contain some nitrogen elements, okay, to be fertile. But due to improper tillage of soil or excessive tillage, soil loses its structure. Its structure deteriorates. Irregular maintenance of proper nutrient supply because of which Excessive synthetic fertilizers are used which are non-biodegradable. So non-biodegradable fertilizers and pesticides are used. So because of which soil has become infertile and also crops are not getting proper nutrient supply. And improper irrigation practices. Stagnation of agriculture waste products. Stagnation of agriculture waste products which increases land toxicity, decreasing moisturization of land. Land should be moisture. Land should be moisturized first before any agricultural activity. But if soil loses its moisture, then growing any type of crops will be difficult in that soil. Okay, so this happens because of improper irrigation practices. And sources of pollution are unscientific agricultural methods, as I said earlier, mining and quarrying, sewage, demolition and constructions. A lot of garbage and debris will be produced in demolishing buildings, houses. Okay, so when they are dumped into a site, the entire locality will become polluted. And the impact: damage to the national habitat of animals. So forest area gradually decreases. So it is dangerous for habitat of animals. Deforestation and damage to natural resources. So deforestation happens gradually when land gets polluted and it is damaging to natural resources. So when forest cover decreases, water bodies also decrease, right? Rivers, streams, lakes will decrease. So it is dangerous for human beings and animals. And noise pollution refers to undesirable levels of noise caused by human activity that disrupt the standard of living. Okay, we cannot remain in peace. Okay, we cannot live in peace because there is noise in our environment. So that affects our mental health. So it is mainly caused by heavy duty machineries of industries and vehicles, honking and horning of vehicles and industrial facilities, heavy duty machines, noise caused by heavy duty machineries. Noise levels can be measured by decibel method. Okay, normally in a uh, soft conversation, we talk in uh, 40 to 45 decibels. Okay, 40 to 45 decibels. In a theater, in a movie theater, we may receive noise of around 90 to 100 decibels. Okay, 90 to 100 decibels, like that. So noise is measured in decibels. Sources: road traffic noise or noise caused by vehicles, air traffic, rail traffic, industrial noises because of heavy duty machineries. The impact: loud sounds are either harmful or annoying to humans and animals. It may lead to high stress, even hearing loss may happen. Okay, if you are exposed to loud noise for a long period of time, you may lose your hearing capability. It may be harmful to unborn babies. It's dangerous for pregnant women. It is dangerous for unborn babies, causes nervousness, anxiety, etc. And it may cause hearing loss also. Wildlife disturbances. So noise is very disturbing for wildlife. General degradation of lifestyle. Okay. So noise decreases our standard of living, especially in urban areas. So it degrades our lifestyle. We cannot live comfortably. And the next comes thermal pollution, which is called heat pollution. Excess heat that creates undesirable effects over long periods of time. Okay, so heat is liberated into the atmosphere and it increases the temperature of the geographical area. The Earth has a natural thermal cycle, but excessive temperature increases can sorry excessive temperature increases can be considered as a rare type of pollution with long-term effects. Okay, heat produced from industries is a major contribution to the pollution as heavy industries produce high amount of heat energy. Okay, during manufacturing process, huge amount of heat is liberated into the atmosphere. So heat energy is liberated into the atmosphere, which increases the temperature. The Indian Meteorological Department measures temperatures of major towers and cities and compare the data of 1 year with another and 1 decade with another. So IMD department is there, Indian Meteorological Department, which measures rainfall, temperature, weather forecast, climate, etc. So it provides statistics on those matters. So thermal pollution is basically pollution caused by excess heat. Okay, it is mainly because of industries where heavy machineries are used and also because of thermal power plants. Thermal power plants where heat energy is used to produce power. Sources: power plants, thermal power plants, air pollution, particulates that trap heat like carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide has accumulated all over the sky and which is causing greenhouse effect. Okay, so because of greenhouse effect, the temperature is increasing. So carbon dioxide is also a cause for thermal pollution. Deforestation, so we are losing the forest cover. That is also a reason for increasing heat. Use of water as cooling agent in industrial facilities. So in industries, water is used as cooling agent. There is huge amount of water in thermal power plants, nuclear power plants. Okay. So when water is used as a cooling agent, heat liberates into the atmosphere very quickly. Okay. So that causes thermal pollution. Impact. Suffering of aquatic life. Yes. When temperature increases, it is the aquatic life which first suffers. Okay. Discomfort to communities when the temperature increases. It affects plant life also adversely. In excessive heat and temperature, plant life cannot survive. Decreases its wildlife, decreases in wildlife population. So this is because in a heated atmosphere, wild animals don't mate, okay, don't go for reproduction. So wildlife populations may decrease. Most of the animals mate and breed only during winter seasons. Most of the animals. So wildlife populations decrease when there is such excessive change in heat and this temperature. Okay. Now we shall move on to radioactive pollution. Nuclear energy is also a form of energy released by splitting of atoms. So atoms of uranium, for example, uranium atoms are splitted, and in that process, huge amount of energy is released, which is converted into electricity. It emits less carbon dioxide but causes pollution by way of radioactive waves or radiation spills, which are invisible. So, radioactive waves or radiation spills are invisible. We cannot notice that. We can notice air pollution, we can notice soil pollution, water pollution, but we cannot notice radioactive pollution because radioactive waves are invisible. Radioactivity is a form of radiation or a form of energy that travels through space. Okay, it's invisible form of energy that travels through space. There are three types of radiation: alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay, depending upon their strength. Alpha particles can be blocked by a piece of paper and human skin. Okay, so just a small piece of paper or human skin can block alpha particles. It's so weak. So alpha particles don't pollute the environment. But beta particles are strong. They can be blocked by some pieces of glass and metal. It can penetrate through skin. So it can penetrate through skin, beta particles. So it can be blocked by pieces of glass and metal. Okay? So it is stronger than alpha. Then the third one, gamma rays. They are very strong. Okay? Gamma rays are the strongest of all the three. So gamma rays can penetrate easily into human skin and damage cells and can only be blocked by a very thick, strong, massive piece of concrete. Okay, you have to build a wall which is very thick, strong, and massive to avoid gamma rays. It can easily penetrate into human skin. Okay, so gamma rays are the strongest of all the three. Sources: nuclear power plants, nuclear weapons, disposal of nuclear waste, uranium mining. Okay, so in nuclear power plants, uranium is mainly used. So uranium atoms are splitted to produce energy. Impact: birth defects may occur. Okay, when Americans dropped a nuclear bomb at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. Okay, huge destruction happened, and even today they are suffering from birth defects. So this happens. Even today, the present generations are also suffering from certain birth defects and cancer. So people may suffer from cancer, sterilization, and other health problems. The sterilization means uh, lower chances of uh, conceiving. Okay, lower chances of conceiving or less count of sperms in humans and other health problems. Okay, wildlife population. It may affect wildlife population. It can sterilize the soil and contribute to water and air pollution also. Okay, so it can sterilize the soil. It can harm the soil and also contribute to water and air pollution. So radioactive pollution is not independent. It contributes to water pollution and also air pollution. And there are some new developments in the area of environment which are called global warming, ozone depletion. Okay, so global warming is basically the increase of Earth's average surface temperature due to the effect of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide emissions from burning fossil fuels and from deforestation. Okay, so carbon dioxide is forming a cloud all over the Earth's sky and it is blocking the heat liberated from the Earth's surface. Okay, and thereby increasing the temperature. Sun's rays will fall on Earth, but the rays which fell on Earth is not liberating into the space. It is blocked by carbon dioxide clouds. So that is why Earth's temperature is increasing, which is called global warming because of greenhouse effect. This is called greenhouse effect. And global warming has many effects such as melting ice caps, okay, Antarctica and several other ice deposits are melting, changing weather patterns, okay, we are getting rain during summer, we are feeling cold during uh, okay, summer, okay, and we feel very hot during winter seasons. So changing weather patterns. Species are becoming extinct because of the temperature, especially bird species are becoming extinct. Ozone layer is depleting at a fast level. So because of global warming, ozone layer is depleting at a faster level. Then the ozone depletion we should take. Our Earth has its own natural sunscreen that shields us from sun's damaging ultraviolet radiation, which is called the ozone layer. The Earth is covered by ozone layer, okay, which is chemically referred to as O2. Sorry, O3. O3 layer. So O3 means ozone. Okay. So Earth has natural ozone layer which protects us from ultraviolet radiations from the sun. Okay. So it is depleting because of global warming, greenhouse effect, because of these pollutions. Okay. It is a fragile band of gases beginning 15 kilometers above our planet and reaching up to 40-kilometer level. Okay, from the Earth's surface, it starts from 15 kilometer and extends up to 40 kilometers. Okay, it is so thick layer, 25-kilometer thick layer. The main ozone depleting substances are chlorofluorocarbons, which are called CFCs. Chlorofluorocarbons, methyl chloroform, carbon tetrachloride, hydrofluorocarbons, and other compounds. So these substances or ions are depleting ozone layer. So because of depletion of ozone layer, certain ultraviolet rays or radiations will enter the Earth's atmosphere and it will cause damage to human skin and also the health of animals affected. Okay, it is dangerous to both human beings and animals. So the last one, penalty for contraventions of provisions. If provisions are contravened, imprisonment may be imposed up to 5 years and fine may be imposed up to 1 lakh rupees. So either imprisonment or fine or both. Okay. So even after the conviction, if the contravention continues, then 5,000 rupees fine will be imposed for every day during which contravention continues. If the failure of contravention continues beyond a period of 1 year after the date of conviction, the offender shall be punishable with the imprisonment for a term which may extend up to 7 years. Okay. So if the party continues contravening the provisions even after 1 year, okay, he is punishable with imprisonment up to 7 years. And thank you, students. Thank you for your patient listening. Study well for the exams. All the best.